And welcome back in. Hope you had a fantastic time last show. I had a great time with you guys. Absolutely fantastic. Unbelievable interaction. So keep it coming. And you remember, drop your picks down below. You know what you're doing. We're coming up to the semi-final show, which is the next show. But this one here, we're halfway there through the quarterfinals. So what better to talk about the two semi-finals that are coming up by talking about the quarterfinals that are just finishing. So we got two quarterfinals just done. I'm going to get into that real quick. But again, I got to say, big thank you to you right now. Your interaction was absolutely unfreaking believable. And I'm in your debt. Every one of you that joined the family here at Ultimate Soccer. I tell you what, guys, you absolutely understand where I'm coming from, because that's why you clicked and subscribed. And to all the new subscribers, absolute big thank you to every single one of you guys and girls that joined the family, because unbelievable. We're going places. We're going to keep building this. And we're not even that old. We're only 2 years old on this channel, but we're going to keep building because it's all about interaction. It's all about having fun. It's all about you and what you think. And moving forward, just a quick snippet. We're going to be following the Wrexham like I always do. We're going to be touching the EPL. If you want me to do an EPL show like nobody else, you let me know down below, like you do when you drop your picks down below. Drop your comments down below on the EPL show. If you want me to do an English Premier League show, let me know. I like to touch CPL and I like to touch MLS, and if that's good with you, Major League Soccer, let me know. Now, let's get into this before we move on. I'm wearing a lovely purple shirt. Why? Because it's this, guys. David De Gea. Why? Because David De Gea is leaving Man United, and I'm having a bit of a fun poke at this. He was there for 11 years. That's a long time. But David, in between those 11 years, he had some really good saves and some really good games and some awards as Player of the Year, but not recently. So you got to say, David's day is not anymore, and he's moving on. So we just say thank you, David, for being a great keeper. Here's a little highlight reel. Just watch this. I am David De Gea for 2 seconds. Ball comes in. Wasn't me. Must have been a defender. Wasn't me. Must have been a defender. Anyway, I'm having a laugh. David De Gea is moving on. Now, let's get into the Gold Cup quarterfinals. The first one we had coming through. Remember your predictions right now. As we go through this, I'm 2 for 2. Sorry, I'm 2 for 2. Not that. Don't ever do that in the UK. You'll be so in the shit. Anyway, sorry. 2 for 2. Boom, boom. Anyway, moving along. First quarterfinal. I'm a little surprised to tell you that Panama absolutely took out Qatar 4-0, and it could have been more. I was very disappointed with Qatar's performance on the day. I expected more. Maybe this was just too much of an ask. Qatar's had some really good results recently, and if you remember before the World Cup 2022 in Qatar, they had a bag load of games in Spain, because they're not Spanish, but they played the games in Spain. A lot of them. Marbella. Anyway, they had a lot of good games and a lot of good results, and you thought, wow, this team's going places. It's coming up. But it didn't seem to be coming up too much against Panama, because Panama literally controlled the game from start to finish. And you have to say, Bachelis with the header on 19 was the start of it, but it was absolutely Ismail Diaz with the 10-minute hat-trick in the second half that makes it 4-0 on the day. It was absolutely ripped your heart out time for Qatar. They get smashed 4-0. Now, talking about the hat-trick, I've got to look at the board. Carrasquilla threaded a through ball for the first goal that no one's talking about. But that through ball from Carrasquilla was an absolute brilliantly weighted pass that went into the kill zone, whereby Ismail Diaz just had to do the right thing and get it into the post. And he does it on the near side, beating the keeper with ease. Second goal, it's a goal mail scramble. He's Johnny on the spot at the right time and puts it in the net. Second goal. And remember, that's on 62 minutes. That's 7 minutes after he scores the first one. And then 3 minutes later on 64 minutes, which they're touting at 64, some places, 65, some places, he scores again. And it was a lovely cracking shot, low down where the keeper can't go. Boom, in the back of the net. 3 goals in 10 minutes. He's never going to do that again, some people are going to say. I'd like to say that, but you know what? He'll probably do it again. Tournament scorers so far, he's got 4 on the tournament. He's the second highest scorer in this tournament. Who's your first place? Well, you know that, right? Okay, I know it. I'm going to tell you. It's Jesus Ferreira from the United States of America. and he's got 6 goals. What has he done? Well, it's funny. The top 2 scorers in the tournament, yeah, Diaz and Ferreira, they love scoring hat-tricks because Jesus Ferreira, he's played all 3 games for the USA in the group stage, but he scored 2 hat-tricks. I don't know if he's ever going to do that again. But when you're looking at what's coming for those guys, I tell you, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. But on the day, Panama 4, Qatar 0. Qatar's going home. Win, move on. Lose, go home. Well, win, move on. Panama's into the first semi-final, and they've done it. Dark horse for the tournament. Remember this now. Dark horse for the tournament. If you're looking at the form right now, 4 games in, 3 wins, a draw, no losses, unbeaten. Panama, unbeaten. Register that. That's got to register, right? Unbeaten. 4-0. Right there. Bang. Today. And then unbeaten. Today. Bang. Unbeaten. Unbeaten. It's going to take a big performance for someone to take out Panama. They're on a little bit of a run. They're getting some form together. Builds up the confidence. You Panamanian fans, you're in this. You're definitely not outclassed, and you've definitely got the squad that can marry up and parry with anybody out there. So get your punching gloves on, Panama. Start going to town and keep it the way it's going. You're playing a fantastic game. So 4-0 on the day. I'm saying Qatar's going home. Very disappointing performance. But you're looking at the other semi-finals moving through. You got to say there's got to be another quarterfinal to give us another team. That one was Mexico taking on Costa Rica. I had to say at halftime, I really thought this one was going to go a little bit of an upset. Now, remember, I tipped Mexico to take out Costa Rica. No offense, Costa Ricans. But this is Mexico. It's El Tri. It's one of the loves of my life. Yeah? Love Mexico. Mi amor. So, you're thinking of the game itself. Mexico's got the ball, moving it around, doing lots of good stuff with it, but it takes a little while for things to happen. This is a slow burner. It's not a champagne bottle. It just goes bang, and here we go, goals to flow, just like Panama. No, it's not going to happen. This was a cagey affair. And in the first half, you've got to give Costa Rica a lot of credit. They held their own. They literally were taking the play to Mexico in the first half. And coming up to the second half, just before half-time, I had this thought that if you don't wake up, Mexico, Costa Rica is definitely going to take this game away from you. And it might just be the 1-0, and that's all they need. And you were thinking, this kind of fairy tale is looking like Campbell's going to get a goal, and it's going to end 1-0. Well, the second half starts like a firecracker, but doesn't continue like a firecracker. It goes back into that little bit of a midfield battle of attrition that it was in the first half, where nothing really happened because the quality didn't really surprise you. And it wasn't really there at the most important times. So there was no surprise. There was no cloak and dagger in the attack. Everything was really open to play. And Mexico were leading 1-0 from a penalty from Pineda on 50 minutes in. That, I tell you now, if Mexico doesn't get that goal, I think this is a long night for Mexico. And Costa Rica can keep building into that game. But that goal, literally, I mean, come on. It killed Costa Rica. It really did, because you didn't see him scoring a goal. And then secondly, Mexico shored up everything and played a fantastic game in the second half. And then on 87 minutes, Eric Sanchez taps in for number 2, game over, and Mexico are moving to Vegas, into some plush hotel where they're going to have a fantastic time, because the closer you get to the Mexican border, the more likelihood is that you're going to have a pro-Mexican crowd. This crowd tonight was definitely a pro-Mexican crowd. But moving through, Mexico 2-0 on the day. Very much worth it. Very much worth it. They played a super, super game. And you got to say, at the end of the day, 2 guys moving through. You got Panama and you got Mexico as expected. Now, what are your picks doing? And remember, drop your picks down below for the semi-finals. Tomorrow night's show is about the semi-finals. All the semi-finals and nothing but the semi-finals. I'll be telling you, in my mind, with my big gap, what I see coming. But at the end of the day, next show, drop your picks for the semi-final winners, and then you'll know who's going to be in the final. Oh, by the way, at the final, just after the final, we're going to be dropping our awards as well. There's quite a few awards out there, yeah? Golden Boot, Golden Ball, Golden Glove, Fair Play Team, just to mention just a few. We're going to be talking about that. So who's your potential Golden Boot winner? And who's your potential Golden Ball winner? Come on, drop them down below. Who's your potential Golden Glove winner? Yeah, you know what to do. And the one tournament trophy that I never, ever wanted to win, or you never wanted to win, the Fair Play Trophy, Yeah, really. I want to have that on my cabinet. Yeah, please give me the fair play trophy. No, I want the winning trophy. I want the winning trophy, the medals and the cup. That's what I want. That's what you want. But the fair play trophy, yeah, okay, fine. We got to have it. It's been around for a long time. It's just like the loser final. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to say that. The third place final at the World Cup, I call it the loser final. Nobody wants to play that. I mean, drop down below. Do you think anybody wants to play the loser final? Because I don't think so. I really don't. Anywho, moving on. You now know. Two semi-final teams, Mexico and Panama. And there's two quarterfinals still to come. So tomorrow night, I'll be joining up with you again, or maybe early Monday morning when you get out of bed and go to work and do your thing like I do. But the next one after that, the next show is going to be predictions on the semi-finals and about the golden ball and about the golden boot. And about the fair play team as well. Yeah. And about the golden glove. We'll do all that. But that's where we're going in the next one. So big again, I got to say before we leave, much respect to you. Your interaction literally shocked the world last night, the day before, and when you came through. I want you to keep doing that because I tell you what, it was absolutely fantastic to find you connecting to this channel and keeping it moving. And remember, if you want me to do a Premier League show, an English Premier League show, all through the season, game by game, week for week, let me know down below. And if you want me to do a Major League Soccer show every week, down below, let me know, because I'd love to. I really would. I live and I dream and I play for soccer all day of the year. This is what I do for a living. I work in soccer and I've worked with many teams, and I have actually, and I'm not kidding you, I have actually worked with FIFA, not for FIFA, but for them in a way. But I've announced games at World Cup finals and World Cup qualifiers and professional games like Everton and places like that. So you got a real soccer guy, but I'm not like the rest, just like you. Anyway, get ready for tomorrow's show, the predictions of the semi-finals, and big up to everybody. Remember, drop your picks down below, like, subscribe and like, share it all around, tell your mates all around it. And by the way, don't you like my new shaved? I had a bit of a freshen up for the final because you got to get ready for the final. And remember, I'm 2 for 2 on my picks. How are your picks doing so far? I've got still 2 to go. I'm looking for maybe the USA to take it away from Canada. I'm thinking that Jamaica might take it away from Guatemala, leaving us with a complete set of 4 in the semi-finals. Join me Sunday night, and I'll give you the lowdown on what I'm seeing coming through about everything we just went through. Cheers, guys. Again, thank you from here and from David De Gea, who's leaving United, for everything that you commented about and the support that you gave the channel. It was absolutely jaw-dropping, freaking amazing. Thank you so much. Join us again and get ready for the prediction show. I can't wait. Cheers.